sound the zebra makes. No, I'm joking. Welcome back, everybody. We are on. We are on season 2, episode 1, and we're a little more carefree, a little more, fun because it is summer.
It is the summertime.
We had graduation, a lovely graduation on Saturday, so we're here.
We're here. Sit back and unwind.
As always, I'm Jillian.
I'm Jasmine.
I'm still Alesheia.
One day we might change.
One day we might come in and be
somebody else. Okay, I'm gonna get it together. So today we are talking about traveling in COVID. You know, the streets are now open again, guys. We outside.
Outside is open.
Streets are calling my name.
The streets are calling my name. I'm going to the streets.
Can't move, you guys. I heard my arm. Go ahead.
So yes, we are outside again, and traveling is opening. Things are opening up, and even though I am so excited, and I know everybody is,
because we are waxing facts.
Okay, all the way. But
wax
like
it's all right. You said
the disc. Sorry,
it's too late. Damage done.
Nobody knows.
Anyway, even though we are vaccinated and things are opening back up, we are still in the midst of a pandemic.
Pandemonium.
We are still here in the panorama.
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 is still very prevalent.
Very real.
But
lurking.
Like we said, it's summertime. We're ready to hit the streets. So we are talking about traveling during these COVID times as things are opening back up. Now, Alesheia, you are the travel guru.
Mm-hmm.
You know, out here just everywhere, Bali, Mali.
I could go to Mali.
all the places. Thailand, all of them. Mm-hmm. And this was, of course, pre-COVID, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But have you traveled, during these COVID times?
So I did just get back from Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And I also, just drove a couple of places
right.
that were really exotic.
So you flew to Denver, I'm assuming. Mm-hmm. You did not drive to Denver.
No. I did not fly. So first of all, it's a long flight, so I know for sure I can't drive. How long was the flight? It was like 3-4 hours. It felt like 6 hours because the time changes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I actually had a moment where I thought I was going to have to jump off the plane. Because I thought...
Yeah, you're not going to just stop. You got to elaborate.
Yeah. Well, because the time... So we left at 7, and we were on the plane, and I felt like it had already been 3 hours. So I look at the thing, and I'm like, it's 7 again. I'm like, no, it can't be 7. Like, the plane has to land. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, but they say that we land at 9, so there's no way. This time can't be right. Change the time on your phone. Now, we flew Frontier, so ain't no Wi-Fi. So I'm like, what do you mean? It got to be wrong. So I had to tell myself, you need to calm down.
Yes.
Because you're going to be on here another 2 hours still. After another 2 hours, it's already passed. So I had to, take some magnesium, travel tip.
Magnesium.
So what does the magnesium do? Yeah. So that's travel tip number 1. Magnesium. What does that do?
Well, you can also get something prescribed, but if you don't have insurance or you just want to go the naturopathic or Ayurvedic route, take some ashwagandha or, after you consult your medical physician, do not take, I'm a doctor, but not that type of doctor. You can either take ashwagandha or some type of amia or something like that, or you can take melatonin, or you can just take a magnesium. So there's 2 different types of magnesium. There's the magnesium that makes you go, and then there's a magnesium that makes you calm down.
Yeah. Magnesium.
So, magnesium kind of gives you a little cool, mellow feel, relaxes you a little bit, relaxes your muscles, keeps you from being so uptight. And it's going to make you fall asleep a little bit, too. So
magnesium. And see, when I get on a plane, y'all, it is like sleeping medicine. It don't even have to take off. By the time they're like going through and the buckle your seat, make sure you put your mask on before you help somebody else. I'm asleep. I missed the whole speech every time.
I'm up, looking around. Everything work all right, guys? We all good? Y'all checked it out? Oh, okay. You double check? All right.
No, I am sleep as soon as
Listen,
I don't know
only
something
like
about
that
it. It's just
Ain't no telling how I would be in a foreign country. I've only flown to Mexico. And then, like I said, I'm looking around. All right, everything.
And I think I do that because I know that I'm naturally an anxious person. So I'm like, if I'm asleep, I can't worry. And when I wake up, I'm going to be there. So it's like sleeping medicine. Like, as soon as I get comfortable, I got my little neck pillow. And I'm just like...
Okay, those don't work for me. I get aggravated. And I'm just sitting there.
So, you know what? I don't put it around my neck. I actually just, like, sit it on the seat. And then I lay my head on it like a
Okay, that
pillow.
sounds like a better idea.
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if I saw anybody with... I think this one lady had one. But I probably wouldn't do it. I probably wouldn't take it from COVID, like during COVID, because of germs, right?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't think of that.
But it's like, for me, my back, I don't know, something about Delta seat. No, it's Spirits. Yes, I fly Spirit. I put the thing in between my back and the seat because for some reason...
The seat biology.
My back be on fire. I'd be like,
you would go to sleep, you wouldn't even know all these things was happening.
Tip number 2, go to sleep.
Well, yes. No.
It's hard for me. So like she said, so the funny thing is I slept all night the night before. I work a full day. I do this on purpose, right?
But that's my anxiety.
And
I do get
then
anxious and I'll stay up.
I stay up because I'm trying to clean up, pack, or wash clothes at the last minute because I never pack on time. I usually pack an hour before my flight. And
that's not a tip, guys.
It's
don't
not
take
a tip.
that
Please
one.
don't do that. Everybody who follows me on Facebook or in my travel groups that I'm in, they know that they be like, have you packed yet? No, not really. But I will go through it. I will work a full day just so I can, get tired. And I get to the airport and I'll eat something heavy, right? Mm-hmm. Get on a plane and be like, well.
It don't matter. I could have just woke.
But
even
that's
if
going.
I just got up.
That's going. Now on the way back, child.
You done tired yourself out.
Listen, I was so embarrassed.
Down for the count.
I was so embarrassed. I thought I was embarrassed.
You were snoring.
I was snoring. I was like, hold my hand. I was just out of it. I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just not ready to come back home. I was like a baby.
I definitely understand it. But like I said, it is sleeping medicine. But let's move on to tip 2. Because you were trying to mention like packing and, getting yourself together. So packing. Let's talk about that. So
packing.
Are you heavy packer or pack light?
Pack light.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm a mix in between. It depends. But here lately, I've been trying to pack lighter so I can bring stuff back.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at now.
So
what about you?
I am a pack light, the bare minimum packer. So a lot of my friends, well, actually one of my best friends moved to Abu Dhabi shortly after we started our teaching career and taught there for 3 years. And she did a lot of traveling. So, she's definitely the, bring your one pair of leggings and come on here. So of course she has more than that, but it's just that mindset. So now when I get ready to pack for a trip, say I'm going Friday to Saturday, I make me a list.
Friday to
Sunday. Sorry. I mean, sometimes you can do an overnight trip during COVID.
This is true.
I am bad about a day trip.
But I will put Friday. I will put what I need for Friday, Saturday. If I'm going with a group and you give me an itinerary, don't try to change the itinerary because I've only packed for what you told me. I'm not bringing anything extra. I am very much like an efficient packer because I used to be that girl that had all this stuff and then I'm trudging through the airport. I don't like being that girl. Come on.
Now, I do make a list, but then I feel like I need options because something can always go wrong. And that's where my downfall is. I'll pack this one dress and these sandals. Well, let's pack another outfit to go with these sandals just in case it's cold. Well, then if I got to change because it's cold, I got to change my jewelry. Like, I do everything. I'm just hypothetical.
Help us.
I bring options and I need to, because then I end up not wearing half of what I brought. But I have it. I feel safer.
Yeah, 10 days before the trip, I'm checking the weather. 5 days before the trip, I'm checking the weather to see if it changed. That way I can start washing clothes to see what I need. And I am an efficient packer. Like, okay, it's going to be 70. That means it's going to be a little cooler in the afternoon. I need to bring a jacket.
So you're a travel size, not travel size, carry-on bag only? For the most part?
If it's like a just weekend trip, absolutely. I can put it in. I can roll it up real tight and just go for what I know.
It depends on who I'm flying to. So if I'm flying Spirit or Frontier, I specifically went on Amazon and put in Frontier size bag, Spirit size bag, Allegiant size bag. And so I got a bag that is specifically for those people so that I can do my personal size bag. Of course, my purse is naturally going to be considered something that they can't really count anyway. But I do that, and I make sure I put everything in there. So I wear a pair of shoes that I know are to go with everything, right? And I might put a pair of shoes at the bottom of the bag, of course. And then I'll bring one pair of pants, a dress or something, or but I might bring different shirts.
Yeah.
Because you can. No, who really paying attention to your pants, really, right? And then if they are, they can buy you something while they're there. But also, I am a shopper. My last trip, I went to Ross, and I know there's a Ross here. I know.
But I like going to TJ Maxx.
It ain't that Ross.
Yeah.
The Ross in
TJ
Denver,
Maxx
downtown, off of 16th Street. Hey, Ross. Can you sponsor me? To me, I got so much stuff from there that I was like, what am I doing? But I had to figure out how to roll it up. I was going to ask the person who was with me, can I put some stuff in your bag? But I don't like asking people that. So I was like, let me roll it up tight. Let me maybe see if I can put it on.
That is the one thing about flying. You do have to be conscious of things like that. And then they weigh your bags. And, you just end up with
that 50-pound max. But you don't realize how much your stuff weigh.
Yeah, I have a cousin, no lie, that she has more bags and stuff, and it works my nerve every time we travel because she has something for her hair and stuff, and then she has a bag for her clothes, and then there's a bag for this, and I was like, I have one bag. Mm-hmm. Why do you not just put your stuff in one bag? But, that's just... But
you know what might help her is the travel cubes. I love it. So
I've seen those on TikTok.
I used to travel before. When I went to, Nicaragua and Costa Rica, I had, a bag that I used, and I had my stuff. I had a lot of stuff in the travel cubes, which was so weird, but I guess it's a way to hold everything in one spot, and it's not all over the place. And I was able to just take out and put in.
I like those just for organization reasons, just because I like to organize, but I don't need.
And then when you're going through TSA, it's easier to just pull out, when they say pull out your liquids, you could just pull out the travel thing, because they're usually mesh or something that's able to go through security without being, whatever. Yeah. But I hate. Now they say take out your tablets, but now we have these cell phones. You can just take your cell phone all the time, but especially when I take out your computer or something. Yeah. I'm like, bruh.
Do you travel with your electronics?
If I'm working, maybe, but if not.
Right. I think vacation is my away time. I'm not trying to be plugged into anything. I'm not trying to figure out who has the Wi-Fi or anything. This is my time.
Unless I'm in a foreign country. Yeah. But even then,
Even then, I probably would.
I'm just my cell phone.
I get so now I have an iPhone, but before I was an Android queen. And I could get what's it called? An SD card from that's just Quibitech, or not Quibitech, sorry, that's a trading platform. But they, Digicel or whoever that they have down in another country that I go to, and I just put the SIM card in. So I probably actually have text messages from people I met in other countries and just stop responding. Or I had a phone, honestly, that I had just for a foreign country.
Yeah, you can just take a phone. I have a cousin, we're from a very small community, and sometimes your cell phone doesn't work, so she would have her a phone one she didn't really care about, and she would just put the SIM card in when we would be down there. So that's a travel tip as well, that you can do that.
I never thought about
that. Little cheap phone or one of your old phones, and just put the SIM card in it for that place. That way you don't have to worry about all those international fees and stuff for your phone.
Or you can give it to, I know some people have AT&T or Verizon or Sprint. One of them works really well outside the country, but I have Cricket.
It works very well.
And and that's the thing, I can call for in the country.
It's expensive, isn't it?
Very.
It's very expensive. If I'm out the country, you can't call me unless it's an emergency.
Yeah. But Verizon's expensive anyway. But my husband's from one of those small communities where your cell phone don't always work.
Okay,
so we needed to be able to connect to the rest of the world, and that's how we ended up with Verizon.
What is it called? I don't know, it's not important. But my phone works in Mexico, whatever. But one time I was actually staying with a very close friend, I call her my sister, in Mexico. And I learned the cell phone company told me, okay, you've been down there for 30 days. We're letting you use it. 30 days, you're going to run out. You need to switch your plan to a Mexican plan, or we'll discontinue your services. So you can only use it for so long. I have a couple of friends who live down there, and it's you have to switch to their version of T-Mobile or something like that.
But then you can have WhatsApp.
Yeah, I love WhatsApp.
Oh.
Yeah.
So like when you're also traveling,
You
and
can
versus
use something
you can
else
use
in third
WhatsApp if you don't
Yeah.
want to do the whole like
And get on
I'm
the
gonna switch-
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, get on the
That's
Wi-Fi
smart.
somewhere, and then you can message and call and do what you need to do. That way. So that's a travel tip for you
Yeah.
as well. Download WhatsApp and
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
you know, go forth and prosper. So let's talk about cleanliness. So just went on a beach trip.
Pre-COVID or post-COVID cleanliness?
Okay, so pre-COVID, you know, you kind of trusted the hotel or the
Yes.
Airbnb to do their thing. Like some people were still a little anal about it. You know, was bringing their own Lysol and spraying down the sheets and, you know, their own toilet. Well, I bring my own toiletries anyway. But, you know, like linens. Bringing their own linens and all those aspects. I was not that person before COVID. Like, judge me if you must. But I was like,
either. I wipe stuff
like that.
down, but that would be it.
yeah, that's like the max. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not bringing my own linens.
No.
Like, no.
What I'm paying for.
I'm paying for luxury, aren't I?
Right.
So,
I thought it was anyway.
I thought I was. But, you know, after COVID and, you know, everybody was doing those investigations in hotels, I feel like, you know, maybe that's why my immune system's so strong because I wasn't doing all that. And
That's true. But you know
Out of
what?
control.
I only stayed in hotels for the longest. I never or rarely used Airbnb.
I still to this day will not use. I was just gonna ask that right after
Yeah.
your question about the Airbnbs. I do not. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I don't want to stay at your house because you're not gonna bust in this door talking about a castle
So it
law
doesn't work that
and
way.
kill me.
Yeah, no.
no.
the castle law.
Yeah, where this is my house. I've seen the videos where people are throwing people downstairs. Listen, I have PTSD. I will beat your tail, okay, in your house.
First of all, Airbnb does not work like that. I have actually stayed in ones where it was somebody's apartment or something. They were like, I'm a traveling nurse, but I'm going to Airbnb my house out. You know, there is a code, there is a procedure. Like, nobody is supposed to come in there. And then a lot of rental properties are now, or real
I've
estate
seen that.
companies are now taking houses and turning them into Airbnbs. But I think there's a thing now where you can't use your personal
Home for Airbnb.
home for Airbnb, but you know they have this whole cleanliness thing. But I went to the beach, stayed in the Airbnb because there was a lot of us, and we needed to be together. Like it's a girls trip, we all don't need to go
Right.
to our separate rooms. So we stayed in the Airbnb. It was by a rental property, and you know there was this whole cleanliness checklist. Like we had to text them if anything was wrong. They came in, but I still brought my Lysol and my own dish detergent and
Cleaning supplies.
and everything because even though most of them have it, I think I brought my own linens too this time because you know it's just you watch these documentaries and these news shows and you see how well people are not cleaning. So
How people are not taking care of themselves. But since COVID, and I realized that not everybody was using the same hygiene techniques as everybody else.
right, I didn't know you had to tell people to wash their hands
With soap.
with soap. I never thought that was a thing that you had to discuss, but okay.
Because you know
or
people
washing
think
the
that's
bottom
floating hot
parts of
water.
your legs.
Help me, Father God.
Yeah, I didn't know.
did
That's a
y'all
whole
see-
other. That's
But you know, the funny thing is, even going back to that point where we had to tell people in the middle of a pandemic on the airplane to put your mask up. It was one point in time, like we looked over and this guy just didn't have his mask on. And he felt annoyed when the people were like, you know, they come up with a thing and they were like, please put your mask up. We'd hate to have to wake you up. Or when they told him like, put your mask on. My dude, it's still a
It's
pandemic.
still a
And we sitting in here breathing this recycled air.
Okay, listen.
and you know a lot of people use those face guards, which you know.
I'm not quite sure what
I'm not
it's
sure
protecting.
that it's like, you know, you're on an airplane with
The air.
strangers,
Right.
but
The air.
But is it protecting? Are you
But
not
you-
protecting me? Okay.
but y'all know the like masks. Some people say it bothers them, but Amazon sells these things called turtles, and you can put the turtle under your mask and your Because actually, I got something to go to the gym in because I'm going to wear my mask in the gym. But it doesn't have the mask right there, so it helps the circulation of the breathing. So, you know, if you're one of those people and your mask bothers you, get a turtle from Amazon. They come in like packs. And you just put it under your mask and...
It keeps it from sitting right on your
Exactly.
nose
And your
mouth.
still nose, all of this is still covered.
But
So
you know,
I mean, after a year of this, we should be used to it by now.
I said, ooh, I agree. But I said that to someone. I said, you know, I've been flying for quite some time. I'm going to try to say this the right way. And when I was in other countries, or even in this country, some people would be wearing masks on the airplane.
Right.
And it makes me wonder, like, oh man, because I used to get a cold every time I got off the airplane. Or I have really bad allergies, so I would have to take an allergy pill before it. But, you know, it made me wonder, like, dang, like when I went to,
Right,
when I went to Hong Kong, when I went to China, you know, well, excuse me, I know that China and Hong Kong are in the same place, thanks. But, you know, like when I was in the Asian countries, they had on masks, and it was not a game. And now I feel like, well, why y'all didn't say something?
Oh, they was like, oh, y'all didn't listen.
Maybe. She's American.
Right.
Look at her, she's American.
But you know, some countries look at us like that. And especially after these last 4 years. I just don't think, I don't think we handled the pandemic well at all, period. No. But I wonder how long we have not been handling things well enough.
Oh, absolutely, because they had to have a pandemic force that they created when Obama was in office, and then abolished it. So there was something that said, hey, we need Ebola. This. Ebola happened and H1N1 happened, and they're like, we need to handle this better. How can we do it better in the first place? But they knew something was on the horizon.
But, you know, what's funny to me is you said that they've been wearing them, and you know how you would get a cold and stuff. This is probably like the first year that I didn't get a cold a sniffle, but this is also my first year not being in the classroom. But these masks have like stopped so much.
And the cold weather in the winter.
So it's crazy to me. Like I was like, I want to keep wearing the mask almost because
I plan on it.
I did not get sick at all this year, and it was great. So I think the turtle was the point. Yes, get you a turtle to go under your mask so you do not have those problems.
So now that we are vaccinated and outside is opening, and the governor and the president are letting gatherings and Dr. Fauci are letting things open back up, are you guys still going to wear masks?
Yeah.
It depends.
Especially around people I don't know. Because first of all, I've always been weird. Like, do not, when people said, we're like, oh, you can't, stay 6 feet. I've been trying to tell y'all that my whole life. Stay away from me. And do not touch me. I've been saying that my whole life. So when they said that, I was like, bruh, finally.
Rules I can live by.
But you know, people still don't do that in the store. Like, I have had to mean mug people standing in line.
I was like, with the excuse me.
I was like, they have these circles for a reason, but I do think that I am still going out. Well, so if I'm at an outdoor gathering, like I think went to a restaurant and ate outside with some friends, and we did not wear masks because we were outside, and Dr. Fauci said that if you've been vaccinated, you're pretty much fine. Like I have to be like in your face talking to you for like 20 minutes before it can pass this way. So
I don't know. I feel like, go ahead, Jazz.
I don't know. I think I will keep wearing them. But things like that where you say, well, I'm with friends and I'm outside and I don't feel like I'm in close contact with people that I didn't come with, then probably not. But just, regular go to the store, or I'm probably still going to, I kind of liked having my mask on. I could look at people and like giggle and stuff and nobody saw me. Or at least I think
I've never cared.
But I kind of liked having the mask and feeling a little bit separated from everybody else. I do like the freedom now of not having to put them on in some social settings. But I kind of gotten used to this way of life. I don't want you close to me. I don't want you breathing my air.
I'm ready for us not to wear masks. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
really?
I'm ready for us to get to the point. Like, I feel like I can't converse effectively, and we're at this social.
I feel like I can't hear sometimes from mask. I don't know what it is.
Like we're at these social gatherings. We're outside, guys. Like, I want to have a conversation.
So outside, yes, but inside. But the funny thing is, I watch stuff on TV, and I'm weird. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care who tells. But I watch people talk, and I watch the spit project from their mouth.
We're gonna get back to travel in a minute, y'all. We're gonna get back.
I just can't take it. I can't take it. Just imagine. I know I have a little. So I'm not gonna sit up here.
Yeah, folks be funny about some stuff. I'm funny about stuff in other people's mouth.
It's just flying and talking. I'm like, this is why we have to wear masks. If you watch the video of January 6th, when then people were out there hollering and yelling, I know all that spit.
You want to make me mad? Get to talking with the juicy mouth. Go, I can't stand it. It is the most disgusting thing in the world to me. Mm-mm. We ain't got nothing else to say.
I can't take it. I want to wear a mask.
I do have an issue with spit anyway. I do have an issue with spit. I think that's the most disrespectful thing you can do to somebody is to spit on them.
No, do not spit on me. I am going
accidentally or on purpose.
Spit on me on purpose. I'm earning all those charges.
I was at somebody's homecoming.
All of them.
And somebody was talking to me. It was a woman. She got very excited and she talked and her spit landed on my face.
Nope.
I could not.
Nope.
I went home after that because I couldn't take it.
Instantly fell out.
I wanted to fight because why are you so excited that
we can't even be friends no more.
It's lying. Control yourself. I can't take it. I don't even listen.
Are you triggered? Are you triggered right now? I feel like she's getting back into it. She's she's back in that moment.
Even as a mom, I don't wait for my kids to get on me. So please,
we
I
didn't
can't take it. Like
we didn't have a.
If I have to wear a mask, I will wear a mask because you're not gonna. I can't look. I ain't even getting too close to the microphone. Oh my God. I'm sorry. So anyway, back to traveling.
Y'all stress me out.
I can't take
I
it.
remember being little in that church watching the preacher preach and he was sitting on the microphone. And I knew I was supposed to be paying attention, but all I could think about is how they gonna clean this. I know it stinks. It's gotta stink.
Listen, I'm the same way. And
he done hollered and spit in this microphone. You know it stinks.
No.
All right, I'm sorry. So, tip 1 was magnesium.
Or any kind of natural substance.
Some type of sedative. Tip 2 was pack light.
We do not promote the use of illegal illicit drugs.
We do not.
She said some type of natural.
Oh, I thought that was that's what you said, magnesium or whatever, or get something prescribed by your doctor if you are an anxious person.
Or if you live in Denver, please partake in the
First of all,
the plants.
I'm moving on from that. The second tip was to pack light because you do not want to be the person that we're waiting on because you have 35 outfits. For
we gotta go to baggage claim. Bro,
right.
Let's go.
Everybody has a carry-on. Then we sitting there waiting for your bag.
Mad about it. Like I feel like sometimes it can't be helped because you're going to do something like weddings. If you're traveling for a wedding,
that's different.
But if we're just going on a fun little trip, get yourself together.
Weekend getaway, turn and burn.
Another one which started this whole thing is the wearing of masks, and if you can't take the mask, to get you a turtle to go under your mask. And then we said cleaning supplies, and she can't get it together. She is
breathing hard.
We're gonna give her a moment.
But yeah, cleaning supplies. Okay. Clean wherever you stay. Because 9 times out of 10, it's been clean, but it might not have been clean to your liking.
And that's the thing, too. Some hotels, depends on which chain you're going to, is not going to clean your room every day. They did not touch our room at all while we were there. I actually had to go downstairs and ask for toilet paper because they're not turning rooms.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes in Airbnbs, you might need to, bring some toilet paper or something like that. If you don't, if you don't want to use theirs that's already been on the roll, that's something else COVID-friendly. Stop at a store somewhere and get your own toilet paper, wipes,
hygiene effects. I usually bring my own washcloths and a towel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you good? You ready?
Yes.
No, you're not ready.
Yes, I am. Just don't say nothing else funny. All right. So,
don't say nothing else funny.
We won't tell no jokes. We were telling the truth.
Listen though. What else is that? I can't say. Just make sure when you get there. I know I saw this meme where it was like, why is it that when females travel, the room automatically looks like their house within 30 minutes of them getting there? Listen,
I do bring a speaker.
I spray
I got it.
I do. I sit and I spray it, so I got my stuff out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys, I left my shoe in Denver.
Just one.
Just one. It was one of my favorite little chanclas. So just be mindful of where you put your stuff. Most of the time, they don't have anything under the bed. But they have a little, it's a throw under bed, but I don't know where my shoe is, to be completely honest with you. So just be
So
mindful
I
of your
am not
stuff.
that person in the hotel room. Like, I like my stuff to be in my one corner if I can help it. I do take my shoes out and line them up sometimes if I have more than one pair.
Do you put stuff in the drawers?
I do not.
I normally don't. My husband will unpack, hang stuff in the closet, but he moves in. And I'm looking around.
Like, you little sticky like
I can live out my bag.
I am a bag liver. I'm a bag liver.
I will take my toiletry makeup bag and put it in the bathroom.
Yes.
That has to come out.
Yes.
But I can stay in the bag, whatever the bag is.
And then, depending on the day, like, so if it's Saturday, I get out my Saturday stuff and I lay it out.
Like the first day of school?
Yeah, like the first day of school. Like, I'm not going to be scrambling through my bag looking for stuff. I'm just take it out and put it. Oh, my favorite. Something to say, Josh.
Oh, no.
You sound like little Nucky you book. Is there a problem? Is something wrong?
I feel like I'm being judged for being super organized and anal, and I don't.
No.
People like to travel with me because I know what my stuff is.
You are super organized. We do not ever have to wait on Jill to get her stuff together.
I'm the first one ready. If you say dinner is 8:00, I am ready. Like I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs.
Oh, that's a good question. So, local places or chain
Oh,
places?
absolutely not. Please do not eat nowhere you can eat at home.
No.
Absolutely.
That is just like, that takes
So
so
what's the
much.
point of
I
going?
travel to eat.
Yes, and I want to eat good.
And if I see you on, what's that, Dinner's Drive-In and Dives?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming.
Oh.
I love that. I'm
You're
like,
right,
I'm going
though.
to go there to eat there.
I do go out of town to eat.
But you know what I found? Some of those places are very underwhelming.
They are.
What you mean? Oh, really?
He can't. I don't trust Guy no more. I'm like, what the? What?
Okay, so, but when you get there, you can also, like, find locals and be like, okay, I want something good to eat. Like,
I do ask because I love a hole in the wall.
Because I was in Houston, y'all, and nobody told me about this one place. Y'all, I walked up on it. It was called Zydeco's. It's only open certain hours a day, but y'all, that was the best thing I put in my mouth in Houston. And I went to Turkey Leg Hut. I went to like a whole bunch of other restaurants that they said they had to go, and those were good too. But that stuffed pork chop at Zydeco's with the dirty rice,
pork chop.
Yes, honey. Houston.
baby, with the cabbage.
Mm-hmm. You'll gain 30 pounds in Houston on a
Well,
day.
see, I'm going to New Orleans in September, and I just want
got
to
a
go
list.
and eat. Shit, at least.
I got a list.
I just want to go and eat.
Yeah. What's your favorite place that you've been?
Ooh. It depends on the mood. So my favorite, like, chill, relaxed place, unwind was Jamaica. Like, seeing that
What
pretty
part?
blue water. I was in the grill.
Okay.
I was in the grill and seeing that pretty blue water and just like, there was a moment when some stingrays was right there. I did freak out. Everybody laughed. I was like, that's what took the crocodile hunter out. I ain't playing with it. Even though they were like, you know. But yes.
I don't blame me. I would too. Y'all
If
see
I'm
that?
trying to like have a turn up time, as the young folks say, New Orleans is my favorite. People say Miami. I've been to Miami several times. I had more fun in New Orleans
I believe it. You could drink
because
a
I
lot.
like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you?
Thus far, I took a girls' trip to Dominican Republic, and it was really fun.
What part?
I don't know. I was just there. But you know, when you take a trip with your girls, the smallest of things turn into the biggest of things. So I think the company I was with was what made the trip more fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go to New Orleans just because the tourist in me, I still want to eat, but the tourist in me wants to go and just see everything in that short amount of time that I'm there. So that I'm hoping will be my new favorite place. But yeah.
What about you? Hers gonna be all exotic and stuff. We gonna look
we
real
ain't never
basic
been.
with ours.
Right.
Go
We
ahead.
said Mexico and New
Oh,
Orleans.
Jesus
You
Christ.
said you want to go
Oh.
too.
Yeah, she gonna say Thailand or something.
Bali.
Bali. That looks like something she would say. Bali.
Well, so,
Nicaragua.
So Nicaragua and Costa Rica were very great trips. I love them.
She said Costa Rica. That's somewhere we could go.
But
Right.
you can go to Nicaragua too, but you gotta be careful. Anyway,
See?
Let her tell her favorite place. Watch me something.
it's between Bali and Panama. Not Panama, Florida. Panama, the country.
The little slither of a country right there.
Yes, has never been hit by a hurricane.
Oh, really?
Never been hit by a
Papa was
hurricane.
stationed there.
It's
Okay,
a
sorry.
beautiful
My
place.
mother-in-law would.
But Bali is like an oasis, right? Like it's It was fun. The people are fun. The people are so. I go to different countries and I meet people. It's so weird because they're so genuine. Not because, I'm giving them money or whatever, but like people have taken me to their families' houses and different things like that. But it's just so peaceful, right? Like you can go there and you have $45 to give you a whole.
I mean, so you're not afraid to go with these people? Not saying that
I'm the crazy person.
We don't know that.
They don't know that.
You don't know that when you go.
So,
Right.
okay, so disclaimer, please be careful. But I have gone to people's houses. I've met their families. I've stayed at their houses. I've ate their food.
I won't do it.
I'm too scared to do it.
I ain't even that. I'm scared. I think I watched too much Dateline or something.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of Dateline, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel safer outside the country than I do in my own country.
I can understand that, but at the same time,
I ain't going to nobody's house.
We just met. Hey, I
You
don't
gotta
want to
pay with
be
that, and I don't know how to get back. And
right. And
what you want
I
me
don't
for?
speak. I don't speak the language.
Well,
And
that's
then-
another thing too, right? So I'm black in a different country. If they hold me hostage and take me, they know they're not getting any money. America don't like us. If my name was Natalie Holloway, and I don't care. Then they would send a whole search team out here and look for me, and they would do all sorts
That's
of
a whole
things.
different episode. We gonna stop.
But but what I'm saying is, most of the time I think they realize, like, okay, she's black. Well, we're not getting anything out of this if we take her. But I mean, I've
how you
heard
know
stories.
maybe they just want to kill you, not just kidnap you.
I mean,
Maybe
you
it's a
could do
sport.
that.
Right.
You could do that. You could try.
You could do that.
You could try. You could try.
My COVID tip is to not do that.
But yeah, right, especially right now during COVID. So I was
kick
talking
your
to
butt.
this guy, and he was like, he's a little nervous to go outside the country because he's like, what if the rules change all of a sudden while I'm out there? Which is a good question.
That is a great
Yeah.
question.
Right now, a lot of countries. So like a lot of people want to go back to Indonesia. People want to go to Japan, different places, but we really can't go because they have sanctions or things against American travelers, which is really weird. So the only place, like you see
we
recently,
didn't do what we was supposed to do.
Right.
That's
I
why
don't
we
blame
can't go.
them.
right? You'll see like Mexico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, some of those countries. Most of the Caribbean countries are countries that are like, we kind of have something with. They allow us to come or whatever. We have to have the
We have to have a clean
COVID
test, and then they'll
They'll
test you
on the
before
way
you come back too. Yeah,
and even then, like you have to have a PCR, not the rapid test. It has to be a PCR.
where they all the way up.
Or you can get it through your job if they're willing to give them to you. Thanks, Shaw. Also, now that we are vaccinated, they said like you don't have to do the quarantine. Like if you went to, I know at one point in time Hawaii was like, y'all can't come here without. You have to
that's a
sit
state.
14. It's a state, but they were saying you had to do a 14-day quarantine, and if you were not doing the 14-day quarantine, you were getting arrested, and that's the worst thing to do, especially right now. But get arrested when traveling. I just wouldn't suggest it at all.
Yes, research where you're going.
Yeah.
And make sure that you are
rules
not
involved.
doing anything that you could go to jail for. But I think
That's
with
scary.
that is scary.
Not for
going
me.
to
I
jail
ain't going to
abroad.
jail.
Because
But-
recently there were 3 black guys who were arrested in DR.
Mm-hmm.
Something about a vehicle, a rental vehicle. I don't even. My family is down there. I don't even rent no vehicle because I can't see.
Yeah, it's just a lot that you have to think about. You
It
know,
is.
you have to get tested. I know if you go to certain resorts, I know the one in Jamaica particularly, they'll test you on the resort before they send you back. But you have to be careful because I've heard stories of people getting COVID and having to stay there, and they have to spend the money. Like they're not just giving you these
No,
rooms
no, you
for
gotta
free.
stay,
You have to
and they
stay
gonna charge you.
and pay. So it's definitely like
They
something
might
you
give
have
you
to
like
consider.
a discount, but they ain't.
Not much.
Yeah, no.
Not
much.
enough for you to have to stay for 14 days. So
Right.
you know.
On top of what I paid to get here?
Okay, and then your job and stuff. It's just so much. So you know,
Yeah, and before you go, that's something to research. Like, what will my job do? You know, if you work for a great big company, they may be supportive or something. But if you work for a smaller place, they may say, well, you know, you can reapply when you get back. We'll be
right?
happy to have you.
You do not even want that whole, thing. So check where
See
you're
what's the
going.
work.
Yep. See what the policy is at work. See what happens if you God forbid you get it, but you know,
if something happens,
you need to know like what are your next steps. Does the resort you're staying on go, you know, have a protocol or a contingency plan? So
unless avoid cruises for right now. I know there's some
they do
people
say they're a floating petri dish.
Mm-hmm.
My doctor cousin said that. So.
Yeah.
But
before
that was
COVID,
before COVID.
yeah, before COVID, it was. I remember there used to always be an outbreak of something on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
But recently, the CDC, I don't know why. Well, I guess because I do travel, I watch stupid stuff like this. But the CDC said they're taking volunteers to go on cruise ships and to test out if they're going to be anything. But I know that some other companies were saying anybody who's going to get on the boat has to have the COVID vaccination. But we know that doesn't necessarily stop you. It's like the flu shot, right?
So do y'all like cruising?
You know what?
My beginner traveling days.
Yeah, even now, sometimes I do like cruising because I can drink a lot. And
you're over 21, it's fine.
Yeah, but I get wasted on a cruise ship.
But you have to buy your drink package. They don't.
Yes, you got to get a drink package, or you got to know somebody who's on the boat. Hey, Leo. And you can drink all you want, but it's if you want to, like, I took Faith on one with me. So if I wanted to do like a little vacation, I took my mom and Faith on one with me. But just stay in one place and have an activity for the kids, be able to, you know, do something fun. Only thing is, I hate the food on some of them. Like, I'm like.
And then you got to dress up for dinner and stuff.
Yeah, and it's so cold.
It is
cold.
It is cold on the cruise. I've only been on 2.
But I get it because it stops the spread of infection. But
I'm not a cruise person. I don't like it. I don't want to go. I was on there for like 3-4 days. I was ready to go. I don't like being confined in the space. There's nothing to do. It's not like I can go on a tour. Because usually when I'm going to eat. Yeah. I'm going to tour something. I'm going to go see museums. I'm going to, you know, experience something. And I just could not do that.
So that
day at sea is what be getting me.
Yeah. The first time I ever went like off with locals is when I was on a cruise ship. Somebody's supposed to go on a cruise with me and they didn't show up. And so I was walking around and the guy was like, oh, you want me to take you off the island? I was like, yeah. And so I was like, you know, just don't kill me. And he was like, look up. There's cameras all around here. If I don't come back with you.
You had to say this. If you have to say just don't
kill me. I just said,
I
said, just don't kill me. He was like, there's cameras all around here. Nobody's in it. So he took me to his mom's house. But you know what?
My parents, when they go to Montego Bay, there's somebody on the resort that they know, and they take them into actual, you know, the real parts of Jamaica, and they was like, yeah, you have to be with us so we can, but you know, so in that aspect, yes, but at the same time, I just met you, and yeah, I'm not doing that. So you cruises, we didn't get your answer. Cruises, yes or no?
At this point in my life, no. Like I said, my beginner traveling days, they were the best thing ever. They were cheap. You know, that's a good 3 or 4 day trip. You can eat and drink and play games and do stuff. But then after my first or second time at a resort, and I was like, wait.
Right.
You mean I could have just flown straight here this whole time and bypassed the whole day at sea and all of that stuff? And so, yeah, now that I have experienced other stuff,
I mean,
it's not my favorite.
And then I think another thing with me and cruises is the motion sickness. Like, the first day, I am sick. So, I didn't really get... I don't like roller coasters, but we're not gonna talk about that because it doesn't sit well with my spirit. But not saying that cruises, because I know people who love to cruise because you know you can do everything in this one spot. But like an all inclusive resort, now we're speaking my language because I just gotta show up. My trip is paid for.
Yeah, I would prefer doing if I'm doing something nice and wholesome and family oriented where it's a bunch of people with a bunch of different stuff, then maybe I would do a cruise ship because there are activities and shows and programs.
Like a Disney cruise with your kids or something.
But if it's me and I'm going, this is my vacation. Yeah, I would rather do a resort, get there, put my bag down, shower, change clothes, and my vacation has started.
We'll see. I like the fact where I've realized for me, I like to do multiple travel locations in one trip.
Oh, so a cruise would be better for you if you did that way.
It's cheaper because, so when I went to Nicaragua, Costa Rica, some other country, Colombia, different things in between for the same amount of time, but cheaper. Because if I fly a local airline, after I research it to make sure, it hasn't crashed in a while, then
You are very adventurous.
Those were my exact words.
Adventurous is being nice because I wanted to say you was crazy. How do you even?
What do you mean?
So you go to?
I don't like to plan as I go either.
No.
Only one time I did that.
Yeah, no.
And that was when I went to a night train to Jakarta and it came right back. I mean,
but
Jakarta,
in Europe,
Malaysia.
you can catch the train super. So you fly to let's say I flew to Spain. Like I can jump on the train for like $50 and I can go to another country. Now that I would do because you can go to Amsterdam or I don't know. I'm just making things up as I go. But
I'm
you
not
can
really
do that.
interested in going to Europe, and it
I
could
would
be
love
just
to go to Europe.
my misinformation. But I just think about all the movies I've seen. It's probably real dreary and gray and rainy over there.
I mean, I was born in Germany. I lived there for quite some time.
See, I lived in Germany, but I don't remember it. But the pictures all look the same: dreary, gray, cold.
I mean, it rains a lot. It rains. I mean, it's probably global warming has changed
Italy,
things.
Greece.
I want to go to Greece,
okay.
even though, but I want to go back to
They look
Germany.
kind of bright there in the Mediterranean.
Yeah, the water.
I think
is
some of it
pretty.
be that Mediterranean food probably isn't my favorite either. So what I'm gonna do?
I am concerned about food when I go places.
See, I think
I
I'm
got
Middle
food
Eastern.
allergies.
So I think I want falafel. I want
And see, I want to be able to eat all that, but I also don't want to turn into Cheeto on the print.
But you know what? Another thing is that what's in our food here is not the same thing in the food there. But I would hate to get there and find out, like a big thing that your allergic to pops up or something. But I had this ice cream in Thailand. It's peach. It's a peach with the rice, mango sticky rice ice cream.
Mango sticky rice ice cream.
Yes, and I got it from Dairy Queen. It was in the airport, and I ate it down. But it was, first of all, nobody thinks about rice and ice cream, but it's
I have questions.
freaking good. But it did not hurt my stomach at all.
But it's rice and ice cream.
Mango sticky rice ice cream.
I'm gonna go Google it. I need to see.
Well, so it's usually a dish, mango sticky rice, but it's really good. What's the best thing you've ever ate on vacation?
I had the
Besides
tostados in.
Oh yeah.
Still think about them. Them bad boys hit. You hear me? I was in that tostada line every day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. I wanted a tostada.
The best thing I've eaten on vacation. I don't know. So I was in Jamaica and I was coming out of a club. Yes, I club. Judge me. And there was this man outside with his grill selling jerk chicken and a piece of white bread. And it sounds so basic.
Was it cocoa bread or white bread?
It was white bread. Girl.
Okay.
And he put it in some tinfoil, put that jerk chicken on that white bread, and
Oh, so you got all to eat.
it got all into the bread. Even the bread was good afterwards. I ate the bread afterwards. Like that was, and they were picking on us on the van back. Talking about y'all eating that street meat. Y'all, that street meat was delicious. And there's a lot of goats running around. So I think it was chicken, but it was so good. So that's one thing that really comes to mind. But I eat a lot of good stuff. Like if you tell me you're going somewhere I've been, I could probably give you a restaurant that is just like phenomenal.
That's the type of stuff I like.
I think for me.
Go ahead. I want to hear what you.
Not the
This gonna
cocoa
sound
mango
real
rice.
basic. No, it was good, but all that. What was all that? But anyway, it's gonna sound real basic. But there's this place in Bali. It's right by the ocean. And so I did this little night thing where they brought out all the seafood, covered the whole table, prawns and all this stuff. But this little bar has the best, and I do mean the best, I want to say there were sweet potato fries or what, but they touched me so deep.
She said they touched you.
That I was like, what is this? I kept asking the man, he's like, it's just.
Y'all eat local cuisine when y'all are there?
Yes, that's what it was at a bar. And I was like, how'd you make these? Where'd you get them from? He's like, oh, you got to get them here. And I'm like, we saw sweet potatoes in the States. He's like, nah, not like these. I'm going
So
back
what was
just
the
for
biggest food fail on vacation?
Conch.
That was mine. People talked it up, and I'm like, this ain't that good.
And I had it like 3 different ways.
I had the fritter. I had it straight out in like a ceviche type of way.
Mm-mm.
It just didn't do it for me.
Conch.
I don't think I've had a food fail, but I can tell you about a fail trying to go to a landmark.
But
So I was in Panama and there's this place in Portobello, Panama, and there's a statue of Jesus, Black Jesus, in the middle of the water. So we're going out there, and so Javier, shout out to Afro Latino Travel, we're walking out there, and I can't swim. So I was like, all right.
You'd have been all over the world and you can't swim.
You can walk on land?
We're going to swim this summer.
Somebody taught me how to swim when I was 10 years old and I forgot how.
Okay. We'll bring it back.
So I'm walking out there in the water, and Javier said, wear some shoes, some water shoes. I was like, we'll be fine. So I get out there, and I'm walking. I'm close to Jesus. I can literally reach out and touch it. And guess what I step on?
What?
A sea urchin. So it
toe your foot.
swam up. It feels like an electric shock. Like, it's like, and I was like, oh my gosh. So we get out, and there's a local guy there. So when you think of local people, like the people in the Caribbean that are, Caribbean that are Hispanic as well as Black or what have you, they're kind of like on the, like off the grid people, right? So this guy's like, oh, what happened? He's talking to some Spanish or whatever. He's like, she got stung by a sea urchin, boom, boom. He's like, okay, well, who wants to pee on her foot? I'm like,
how long is it gonna sting? Just tell me how long. You ain't got to pee on
no,
it.
he was like, if we don't pee on your foot, you're gonna get infected, and he's like, I need a razor.
Can I do it? Can it be mine?
I can pee on my own foot, but at this point in time, I'm just like, I can't believe I got electrocuted in the ocean. So
we can't stick your foot back in the water.
So one, if you're going somewhere with local people and they tell you to do something, do it so you're not hard-headed and step on things that you weren't supposed to. That's the tip in that.
Yes.
And
so you don't get your foot pissed off. That's what I pulled out of this.
Yes.
I don't want nobody peeing.
Basically, they peed on my foot. They took a little razor, took a little thing out. Make sure all the stingray things were out.
All because you were hard-headed.
I was hard-headed. I forgot to buy my shoes, and because I waited till last minute to pack. But I ended up having to go to the hospital when I got back. Not hospital, urgent care when I got back here because my foot was still.
So the pee didn't help.
It just, he said it stopped it from what it would have been, but he had to make sure there was nothing in it, and I had to get a tetanus shot.
That's what was in it. This just.
Oh, when you go to New Orleans, so get you a crawfish patty, like a beef patty. A girl, now I'm talking about something good. Now that was a good one.
A crawfish patty.
But let's wrap this up, y'all, because it's going further and further left.
One more question. One place you want to visit?
Oh, Egypt.
Me too. I want to see the pyramids.
I want to see everything, any and everything I can get my hands on.
And then I asked my sister this question. She said she wants to go to Jerusalem, so now I am intrigued.
Jerusalem. Every continent in Africa that is hospitable to people.
Okay. I like it. So the tips for COVID travel, because that's what this was. But we gave y'all some good information. I don't care what nobody said.
Some nice stories.
We have taken y'all around.
the
So
world.
one,
The magnet
if you have if you have a fear of flying or you get anxious, take some precautions in getting something to relax you so you're not that crazy person the air marshal don't take you off the plane.
Because there's one on every flight.
On every flight. 2, pack light. I think that was it. Or don't bring your life because
Like you said.
yes. So pack and plan. I think, wear your mask. If it's uncomfortable, get you a little turtle to go under there. Turtle. Get a turtle. Research where you're going, so that
Laws of the land.
do not go to jail. Follow directions when somebody tells you to do something, especially if they're local.
So they don't pee on your foot.
Or worse, he could have told her anything. She would have known because she wasn't even from there. Be safe with your travel. Be smart and be safe. You can be adventurous as you feel comfortable, but I don't want to read about you on the news. There was something else, and it was good. Oh, try different things. Eat local cuisine. Y'all, there's a Chili's everywhere. No shade to Chili's, but if you are right, but if you're like going somewhere new, yes. Yeah, try a local coffee spot. If you're somewhere like Costa Rica where they grow coffee beans, I want that.
Coffee, not opium.
So coffee beans. So try local cuisine. Don't, like, even if you're going somewhere like, I went to Wilmington. Yes, they have everything we have, but they also have some local spots that are like just as good. So try something different. And I think something that we didn't say, but I think it rounds out, if you are traveling with people, make sure you have a good travel group, because nothing can tear up a trip.
Bad attitude or broke. If you broke, you know before you go. Sorry.
And you can travel cheap sometimes, but you know, just be prepared, fiscally prepared.
Yeah.
So anything else, y'all?
Research.
Research.
Instagram with your friend.
Everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of travel, and there's a lot of travel groups, like a lot of
Facebook
travel groups. Like, you get in where you fit in, and they'll be like, hey, does anybody want to go? I guess you can make friends that way too.
There's apps for that.
True.
Interesting.
But nobody's sponsoring us, so we're not going to mention them.
Exactly. So, I think that's it, y'all. And if you have any travel questions, we're here.
Put them in the comments.
Put them in the comments, and we'll look and answer.
Comment, like, subscribe. Hit the little bell so you get notifications. Ain't that what it said?
Oh, that was not the right dance. Thank you, guys.
What was she doing? Strong roll. Oh, good time.
Season 2, episode 1.
DTL.
Okay. 2 episode 1. Yeah.